Greetings, my name is Owen Ryder, and I am the author of the Christian book, The Hourglass by Owen Ryder. As to the title of this specific video, I suspect many people find the concept of mankind's fall and the ensuing curse a little foreign to their thinking. For it was in Genesis 3, after having interacted with the serpent, that Eve of Adam and Eve fame was persuaded to go against God's instruction and eat fruit from a specific tree and then invite Adam to do the same, resulting in both of them experiencing sin for the first time. This was the fall of mankind. Interestingly, once discovered by the Lord, Adam blamed Eve and Eve blamed the serpent. Nevertheless, the blame game was not sufficient enough to undo the resulting damage, for a curse had indeed been placed upon the human race from that moment on. Generation upon generation of the human species have passed this gene-altering plague on to the generations to follow, the numerous symptoms coming in the form of mental and emotional health problems, alcoholism, drug addiction, sex addiction, and any and all other form of addiction one can think of, which can also affect specific families for generations. As early as Adam and Eve's first children were even affected by this curse, when one brother killed the other brother in a fit of rage. Even today, the curse of the fall continues to affect countless children in our world, as multitudes are victims of nefarious activities that exist and operate on a global scale. In the 15th chapter of the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus encounters a Gentile woman who cries out to him and says, "Have mercy on me, Lord, O Son of David. My daughter is severely oppressed by a demon." He then does and says some things seemingly uncharacteristic of his mission, for he initially ignores her, his disciples even weighing in, suggesting to him that he sent her away. Then, speaking as if only to his disciples, he says in verse 23, and I quote, "I was sent out to the lost sheep of the house of Israel," end quote. At which point she comes closer to worship him and says, "Lord, help me." Still, there is a verbal pushback from Jesus as he says, and I quote, "It is not right to take the children's bread," meaning Israel's bread, "and then give it to the dogs," meaning give it to the Gentiles. And she agrees with him, but goes on to say, "Even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from the master's table." At which point he seems to marvel at her and says, quote, "O woman, great is your faith. Be it done to you as you desire." And her daughter was healed immediately. Concerning this world as things stand, it is safe to say it will not get any better. Nevertheless, we can still vigorously pursue the Lord and ask of him things important to us, always keeping in mind that it is our faith that will ultimately cause him to turn his attention our way. My name is Owen Ryder. Thanks for listening.